Hello guys, my name is Tamia Stamper and I'm going over the new morning STEM tubs that I would love to implement in my classroom. So some things that people don't know about is the difference between morning tubs and STEM tubs. And just as a refresher, if you don't know already, morning tubs are bins filled with a lot of hands-on activities that are pretty much designed to warm up the students and their minds and their hands for a full day of learning. And while that is great, and I am not discrediting that, I, however, want to go the route of STEM tubs. And STEM tubs are more on the academic side, an academic center, if you will, giving children the fine motor practices with gadgets or open-ended activities like blocks and STEM choices, which in my expertise and from what I have seen, it is encouraging to the students and it helps them create, invent, and solve problems using real-world challenges. So those are just a few things that I have seen, but I have some things that other people have seen on a scholarly level, and it says to take traditional learning and pivot it to prioritize the hands-on experience and real-world application necessary for developing and innovate in mind. So not only are STEM tubs important, but they get them ready. They get them ready for growing up, for solving our future world's problems, and overall just improves their mind and gets them critically thinking about everything that they're learning and how it can apply to their lives. Something that all kids need, of course, is accountability. Accountability for toys, being gentle with them because it's not theirs, for keeping account for them and not losing it, or unfortunately taking it and putting it in their own possession and walking off with it. Some things to prevent that would be not having bins at all, because the bins are a privilege and they're not a right, because these things are there for them to have fun, for one, because we care about that, but to also help them learn in a fun way. And if they can't be accountable for that or responsible for keeping track of the toys, then it might be gone that morning or it won't be available to them the next morning, which is something that we don't want to see, but these are lessons that need to be learned. And then for rotation, because there's going to be so many different gadgets and toys that are going to be available, it's important to rotate the children and the toys so they could get what is offered from each toy. So my idea would be to mix up the numbers of the bins. Bins like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say that there's 5 stations. Every day, a number will switch on the bin. So the next day, group 1 will get the second one. Group 2 will get the next one. And the numbers will just interchange, and they'll be able to have one for each day because it's 5 bins, 5 groups. Some great things that are available for classrooms that are really easy to take care of, wash, and accessible in stores all over, and even on Amazon, is, for one, Legos. Legos are a great and easy way for children to start the morning off by creating, and I have this as engineering, because they are building. They are building whatever they want to. This is going to be a time for unstructured activities, so I will not be leading them to be building anything. This is all in their mind and their hands, building whatever they want. So Legos are a great way to get that creativity flowing, building with their hands first thing in the morning, and just a great way to jumpstart. The next one is going to be science, and for science is magnetiles. Magnets, of course. So magnetiles can be squares, rectangles, triangles, rhombuses, anything like that, and they could build. So not exactly engineering, but it's more sciencey because of the magnets, and that gets their critical thinking going of how they're going to make it stand up, because it's not a Lego, it's not going to click together. So that'll get their mind going. So that's the science part. Next, it's a little different, and it'll take more time than Legos, but it is the Energy Crisis Project. And it's a STEM kit activity, but it is a house. It's not dangerous at all. It's a house, and it's about solar power energy. It also has batteries included, the walls, the floor, the roof, and the children have to figure out how to get it powered up, how to make it light up. So if they don't get it the first time, it's going to be there next week. They only get the one try for the week. And that's going to be something that if they don't get it right away, it's going to be on their mind. And that's exactly what we want. We want this to be on their mind of how they could do this, how what they did not work, and what they'll do next time. That cause and effect kind of thing, and trial and error, because that's what we want. We want a hypothesis, we want experiments, we want results, and that's things that they could do in the morning and not graded, just at their own pace. For math, we have our number blocks, and we've seen number blocks. I've seen number blocks when I was a kid, but they are still beneficial because it doesn't have to be about counting. They could make whatever they want with it, but the fact is that they have to count. They have to count the blocks so it matches with the other side, so it looks nice, so it doesn't look crazy. And even though they're having fun, they're in the back of their mind, they are counting. They are counting whether they like it or not, which is great because this is an unstructured time, but it's an unstructured educational time, not just about having fun, but getting something out of it. And lastly, for arts, I have beads and string because it doesn't need to be complex. For arts, we don't need to be painting first thing in the morning. We don't need to be doing clay or anything like that. It could be making a bracelet, making a necklace, making whatever it is that they want to do. But it is something simple, something easy to put away, and something that's affordable, which is something that we care about as well. So for all this, it does look a little pricey in the beginning, but I mean, there are deals, there are steals. But from first glance, we're looking for 20 buckets, we're looking for $7,840. However, beads and strings, that could be from Dollar Tree, that could be from Dollar General, or any other not expensive place. Legos as well. Legos are not hard to come by, and it doesn't need to be brand name. So $50 does not have to be the set price. It's just what is on Amazon. Magnetiles, also the same kind of as Legos. They don't need to be that expensive or brand name. These are just big name items that are higher than they should be. The Energy Crisis Project, however, is going to be higher because it has to do with technology and wires and batteries and everything like that. But however, I think that it is worth it. I think it is a good investment, something that children could do by themselves, which is safe as well. And then the number blocks, that seems to be the cheapest thing because they're just kind of plastic tubes, but also a great investment. And these are things that we get to keep. We get to reuse, we get to repurpose if need be, and not so expensive except for the energy crisis. For storage, I've seen on IKEA these storage bins, which seem great and which seem child-friendly, especially for the height. I'm not sure how high or how tall each child is, but this is accessible for anybody. Easy, low, something easy to label for each material that is inside. So I thought that was handy. But I just want to thank you so much for your time. because it's not much. It's not much, but it is a lot if it's going to be consistently in the morning, and it will be a great way for them to jumpstart their learning. And to get them learning before I even start my lesson. So thank you again so much for listening, and have a great day.